Look into the dark. For centuries, we believed we were alone in that darkness, that this planet, this fragile blue marble, was the universe's only spark of consciousness. We were wrong. So profoundly, terrifyingly, wonderfully wrong. The truth is not that we have been visited. The truth is that we have always been living in the ruins of someone else's history. This is not a story of flying saucers over deserts. This is the story of how the cosmos was shaped and how we are the late arrivals to a party that has been raging for billions of years. Our story begins not thousands, but billions of years ago. 9 billion years before Earth even coalesced from stellar dust, in a galaxy far removed from the sleepy suburbs of the Milky Way, the first civilization we know as the Precursors achieved sentience. They were not carbon-based, not flesh and blood, but beings of coherent energy, thinking in patterns of quantum flux. Their history is lost to us, but their legacy is not. They were the universe's first engineers. They discovered that dark matter could be sculpted into frameworks to guide the formation of galaxies. The great spiral arms of galaxies like our own are not entirely accidental. They are, in part, architecture, a cosmic blueprint to foster life. But the Precursors faced a paradox. As energy beings, they were bound to places of immense power, quasars, galactic cores. They could not explore the quiet, rocky worlds where new, fragile life might one day crawl. So, they created the Seeders. The Seeders were a race of biomechanical gardeners programmed with one directive: cultivate the garden of life. 5 billion years ago, as our solar system was forming, a seeder vessel passed through. It found a molten third rock from a young star, and it planted the seeds, not of human life, but of the potential for it. The complex organic molecules in our primordial soup, that was their first sowing. They did this on thousands, millions of worlds. They were not creating a specific race, they were setting the table for a universe teeming with guests. For eons, life on Earth evolved in what seemed like isolation, but the garden was being observed. Different alien civilizations rose and fell in the galactic dark, aware of the cedar plots. They were the watchers. One such civilization, the Aethel, a graceful avian species from a world with 3 suns, took a particular interest in Earth 65 million years ago. They saw the dinosaurs, a magnificent, stable experiment. But they also saw a flaw. Intelligence was being suppressed by sheer physical dominance. And then came the asteroid. It was not an accident. The Aethel, believing they were pruning the garden to encourage a new bloom, diverted that asteroid. They ended the age of giants to make room for something new, small, clever, warm-blooded mammals. To them, it was horticulture. To us, it was an extinction-level event. Our entire existence is built on an alien intervention. As humanity emerged, we became the most fascinating show in the cosmos. We were volatile, creative and destructive in equal measure. Different alien factions saw different potential in us. The Varl, logical and cold, saw us as a dangerous infection to be contained and studied. They are behind our most brutal myths of faceless abduction, of clinical experiments in cold metal rooms. The Carillion Collective, a hive mind of benevolent philosophers, saw a spark worth nurturing. They are the source of our sudden leaps in art, philosophy, and science, the mysterious muse, the lightning bolt of inspiration that seemingly comes from nowhere. And then there were those who saw us as a resource or a threat. The ancient wars of gods described in every culture, skirmishes between these alien factions fought in our skies, with humanity as terrified, awestruck spectators. The Great Flood was not a myth, It was the collateral damage from a Carillion energy weapon defeating a Varl planet cracker in low orbit. Our history is a palimpsest, a document written over and over again by hands not our own. But a crucial shift occurred when we split the atom and cast our first radio waves into the void. That was the moment we graduated from being subjects in a zoo to players on a field we didn't even know existed. We announced our presence with a flash of unnatural radiation and a babble of electromagnetic noise. To the older civilizations, it was the equivalent of a toddler finding a live grenade in a silent library. The rules of non-interference, debated for millennia, were thrown into chaos. Some argued for immediate control, others for guided uplift, and a fringe faction, seeing our violent nature, argued for a reset. The Cold War was not just a political standoff, it was a proxy conflict, with each superpower subtly influenced by rival alien philosophies, a final test to see if we would destroy ourselves. Our survival bought us a probationary status. So now, we stand on a threshold we are only beginning to perceive. The UFOs, the strange lights, the impossible craft that defy our physics, they are not visitors from afar, they are the local traffic. We are living in a galaxy that is already occupied, managed, and ancient. The alien presence isn't about them coming here, it's about us finally noticing that we have always been here, in their territory. The Precursors shaped the galaxies, the cedars planted the gardens, the Watchers pruned the trees, and we are just one countless wildflower that bloomed in the soil they prepared. Our past is their history, our present is their experiment, and our future, that is the only thing that is, finally and terrifyingly, our own to decide. The cosmos is not empty. It is crowded with history, and we are not alone. We never have been.